Welcome back to Russell in Sweden. And I'm on a mission to find those cheap, cool places that are interesting and we all want to check out and maybe do something cool with. Today, we're going to have a look at this old school. I'm talking like 50 years ago it was used as a school. Have a look. So, like in my first video, Sweden has some of the cheapest property in Europe, but I just think it's interesting to find these cool buildings, places where YouTubers can set up and maybe become homesteaders or live in a cabin in the woods. So today I have found this incredible place just down the road from where I'm living. And you might have seen my house, you might have seen the other little summer house that I did a video on before. This is completely different. This is an entire school, an old school from back in the day that has been abandoned for a while. And I've been trying to get into this place for ages because I think it is pretty cool. And I'm wondering, what could you do with it? Maybe someone out there would like to buy it for absolutely cheap and do something awesome with it. So here it is. Wow. It's absolutely massive, when you compare it to the other houses around here. So can you think this was the school back in the day for all the farmers and their kids in the area? Actually, one of my wife's aunts went to the school back in the day. I think she went to 8th grade or something. Wow. Looking up there, the roof looks like it's in pretty good shape. I mean, the outside looks like it needs a lot of work. All the windows are pretty messed up. But the roof looks right. I guess you could give it a good coat of paint. It probably needs new insulation and stuff. From this angle, it all looks good, but when you start coming over here, it looks like it needs a little bit of work. So yeah, that's looking a little bit worrying. Check it out, just take the vent out, have a look. Ah, man, these cool big rocks that they use are epic for the ground. You can see it's a really old building from just those for the foundations. So yeah, I don't know much about that, how hard it would be to fix this, but this definitely is rotten. So you'd have to take that out. I wonder how much the rock goes back in there. But I know around the corner it gets even more interesting, so we check that out. So the problem with the school so far for me is I've been trying to get in for ages, and yeah, it's been a mission. But yeah, since it's been abandoned, so let's clarify, it's not abandoned, it just hasn't been used for a while. So can you imagine that this is the front door here, and the kids would go up these stairs and go to school over here, walk just up the road. Quite an interesting building. Really cool actually. I can't help but think what you could do with this thing. Just standing here. Oh man, look up there, there's crazy holes, no windows over there. All really old windows, all gonna have to be changed. But yeah. So this is pretty cool. Check this out. A lot of these old places in Sweden have these cold storages that were built outside. Come have a look over here. So back in the day, these were used as your fridge. So too bad it's locked. I have to see if I can figure out how to get in here. But you would store your lettuce and your meat and everything in here. I mean, it's cold enough during the year, but this will keep everything cold. It'd be pretty cool as a wine cellar or something now. Wow. You know what? Could it be that I've never actually seen one of these on a private property, but could it be? Let's go have a look. So I was right, I just checked on my phone, and you can go on to Lantmäteriet. So it's this website here, and you can have a look at properties and what's on them. And this is a Viking graveyard on the property here. Okay, I say Viking graveyard, they're ancient burial sites. So you go around this area and you can see them. There's a really beautiful one by the castle. I can maybe show you guys that, but so this is an ancient burial site. I like to say Viking burial site, so it would be pretty cool. There could be artifacts and things here. So if we let our imagination run wild, maybe there were these ceremonies that happened here. This looks like the kind of a place where there could have been a ceremony. This tree makes it look pretty cool, sacrifices. But it's either a positive or a negative. A lot of people think that it can be a bit of a negative because that means that part of this property will have a historical mark. You won't be able to do things with it. But I think it's pretty darn cool. So like these big mounds that that are like around the trees, they're those that are the burial sites. It's pretty cool if you walk along here. No ways. This is actually like collapsed in on itself. There's a bit of a hole here. I wonder if there was something buried in here. Now I kind of need like a little wee, and I don't want to wee here. That might be sacrosanct, and I get like ghosts, Viking ghosts chasing me. Also, something I'm noticing is this cool barn that we have here in the distance. Wonder what's in there. We'll check that out. Right, so I don't think this is the Viking burial garden, so I think I can have a wee here quickly. Hey, stop looking. So this is the barn at the bottom of the garden. Oh, looks like it's seen better days. Wow, look at these doors. Okay, what's in here? Not that interesting, but yeah, you could probably slap on another roof and use it for stuff. Whoa, treasure trove. Old windows and an old ping pong table. Cool, this is a nice barn. I would use this thing, I think. But what's quite cool here, I'm gonna climb up on this hill. Hope this isn't a Viking, not my burial ground. No, that doesn't look like it. Looks just like, oh, you can see the neighborhood farms here. Look at the water there down the other side. It's rained quite a lot. So this is the neighborhood with the neighboring farm. And then you can see the neighbors on the other side there. Big, big garden here, hey? So like, if you like me, you're probably thinking, what the heck is that? It was the same question I had, so I've got to go and phone someone and find out. So according to the guys that sit on the board here, they reckon that they are installing broadband over the whole village. And they have made a deal with the local broadband installers. Oh my gosh. So muddy. They've made a deal with the local broadband installers that they can store all their stuff here. And it's going to carry on for the next few years. So whoever takes over this place, they have to remember that this stuff is going to be here because it's actually part of the deal. These things make pretty epic tables. So like if you had a venue of some sort, I'm sure you could use them. So this is like the backside of the house and it overlooks this really cool view. Man, the sheer size of it is like scary from over here. But window at the top here definitely needs to get replaced, and imagine like this big deck over here looking over this epic garden. But yeah, it would need a lot of work. I can just think about the amount of paint that you'd have to paint on this thing. Whoa, so like the big stones that hold this building up, one of them is missing. I wonder where it is. Check in here. Oh, maybe I shouldn't put my head in here. Like imagine this thing falling down. So like chatting to the guys, they reckon that a few years ago they were going to have dance classes in here, and they needed to like strengthen up the floor because there's going to be a whole lot of older people doing like the tango and stuff in here. So they took out this this giant stone here and they got underneath and they and they strengthened the floor. They reckon there's nothing wrong with the floor inside, but geez, I wonder why they never fixed this. And I wonder like how hard it is to fix. Like, do we need to put a big rock back in here, or can we just like brick it up? I don't know, maybe, you know. Wow, yeah, so that big hole. So we come around the side of the building over here, have a look. Wow, I mean, I can see some of the beams like exposed there on top, but it's really pretty looking. I would not climb that ladder. This place is owned by a motor club. I guess they're car enthusiasts and something. So before it was like a school, and then this like car club got hold of the place. So they actually own it. And everybody's become so old. A lot of them are like in retirement homes and stuff. And so I've been talking to one or two of them that are still very active around here, but nobody can like come to an agreement on anything. So I've been trying to get in here for ages, but no one can like ask each other or like come to a conclusion if they will let me in or not. So we have to figure out how we're going to get in. At least it's not like America where someone's going to come and shoot me if I walk around the property. So being on the outside is no problem. And man, that's been so cool. There's been really interesting things here. I never expected to see a Viking graveyard. But yeah, really want to get in there so we can have a look and see, what can we do with this place? Like if someone like had to come and buy it, what could they do? And cool thing to note also is when they had it on the market, so they tried to sell it before. They tried to sell it for 800,000 krona, which is around about 70,000 euros, about $70,000. Which I think is pretty cheap for this building, but I think just to fix it would cost a hell of a lot of money. So yeah, there were no takers there, but there were other complications, which we'll talk about later too. But let's see if we can figure out how to get in and see if we can sneak a peek. There's a car, so I've got to act normal now. Oh. Okay, the car's gone. Here I am today to try and get in. Let's just make sure that there's no cars around, no one can see me. So So this door was broken into a while ago. So I have to open it with this. They have put some screws in there just to make sure that no one can get in. All right, let's have a look at what the school looks like inside. According to the association that owns the place, a bunch of teenagers broke in and had a giant party in here. Oh, that's a warning saying there's rat poison, so there must be a bit of a rat problem. So yeah, they broke in and they had a giant party and left the place in a mess. So you can see, oh wow, there's a bar over here also, a whole bunch of bottles. Oh, hand sanitizer. Hope they haven't been drinking hand sanitizer. Or it was back in the corona times. Oh, don't know. Okay, so we come through that door, we come into this pretty cool little area here, which could, I guess, be like used as a lounge or something. Check out the view, check the ping pong table out, little fireplace. Have they actually been burning stuff in the fireplace? Oh no, that's fake. Okay, cool. I wonder if the fireplace works. There are chimneys on the roof. That would be good to know if the fireplace works. Oh, a bit of a broken window here. Guess all the windows would have to be replaced. This place gives me a little bit of like a creepy vibe. I don't want any like Viking ghosts to come and get me. Okay, there's 2 rooms over here. What are these? All right, so this is a toilet, eh? Yeah, looks like it needs a bit of good clean. Ooh. So this is like the entrance. So I guess the kids would have come in here. See if this door, ooh, the door works. Oh shit. Maybe I've set off an alarm. Hope I haven't set off an alarm. I heard a noise. So I guess the kids would come in here and they would take off their stuff and hang it up. I could take off mine, funny little hat over here. That's a cool little entrance. And then yeah, come into the actual house. I came in through that door over there and I looked at that bathroom, but there's another bathroom over here. So this is sort of a little hall, steps going up. And yeah, this bathroom actually looks okay, like an okay nick. I mean, there's a few things that need to be fixed up, but yeah. And that's a little kitchen, little area over here. Yeah, I wonder, these are like these old wooden spiece stoves that I talked about, but they've obviously taken that one out too. But this would go up to the chimney. So you could possibly have a wood burning stove if you want. Okay, so this is like the grand room of here. I guess this was like where they had school. This is probably like the hall. I wonder if the lights are working. Let's turn the lights on. No, miss, I wasn't sleeping. I have, yeah, the answer is 6. So like one of my thoughts was like, could this maybe be turned into like a wedding venue? Like if you could fix it up and make it maybe like a rustic wedding venue? I don't know. This hall could be used for something. But here in Sweden, there are a lot of like these cheap halls and stuff that you can hire. But maybe this could be unique. I don't know. But check out all the drink bottles. People have been having a hell of a party in here. And I can see behind me here, it looks like someone's had a bit of a Halloween party too. Woo-hoo. So this is interesting. I just noticed these are actually modern windows. So these, whoa, oh, these are 3-pane windows. These are like the actual, like, so they have some windows that are like modern, but this window over here, oh, it's a door. That's why it's a door. But yeah, so you could come in and out of here. So this could actually be a separate entrance for something. Whoa, these doors are so heavy. They are pretty cool. Yeah. You know, in Sweden, you spend so much time inside, and like coming from South Africa, I really struggle. Like I feel like my kids need to be outside. But if you turn this into a house, for example, you would have a lot of space to spend in winter. It would just cost a bomb to heat it. So this bit scares me a little bit. These stairs, they go upstairs, and it's like quite dark and stuff up there. And like, I don't know what to expect, so let's go up and have a look. Good that they have a door here for the stairs so that you can, yeah, you don't have to like heat the whole floor. You can keep one floor warm. Oh, My kids would love that on their bedroom wall. Find me, let's go and have a look in there. What is up with these faces? I mean, especially this guy. This dude does not look happy. I don't think I'd want that on my wall, thanks. And like, what are these guys' emotions? It's like annoyance. Their emotions are a little bit weird. Oh, like a game room, man. Cool. Hope they would leave all this stuff behind if they sold the place. Fire hydrant. And they actually have the balls still for the pool table. The dust is insane. Now this is interesting, especially being a South African. So like in South Africa, we have these little like unofficial bottle stores, and they often sell other stuff also, or like a tuck shop. So they sell alcohol and other things. And because there's a lot of crime, they have these like kind of bars that are like attached, just to make sure that no one like mugs you or, you know, breaks in. So like there's a bar here, and this is like a shebeen. This is exactly like a shebeen. So I could like be selling alcohol like normally they like onto the street or they like in a little room, but that's crazy. Hey, how's it? Shap. Hey, how's a quart black label there, brother? 15 rand. Wow, that's gone up. Hey, how's it, my China? Yo, you won't believe it, eh? I have a friend. He lives in Sweden. And you won't believe how much money they pay for a quart in Sweden. I tell you, they spend like 300 rand for one beer. One beer, can you believe it? So, getting out of here. So this room is pretty dark and scary. I would hate to be here at the middle of the night. Okay, that light works, so that's all right. What could there be over? As you can tell, rats don't bother me in the least. Actually, I'm not so scared of rats, but that scared the living daylights out of me, ran straight over my foot. So yeah, we need some cats. So looks just like some storage, more storage. They still use these fuses here in Sweden. Our house has some. And another storage room. Looks like someone's been using it. Whoa, a lot of toilet paper. Someone's been using it as a office. So this house has actually so many different elements. It's like, you go from one part that has this like real school feeling to this other part that's like barn, to this other part that's like officey, like this feels a bit officey and weird, like you could be anywhere. And then there's like youth club, bar, shebeen in South Africa. So like, I don't really know what to make of it. So when I was outside, I said that there were some complications with this place. So I'm gonna try to walk down these stairs and not fall down, although that would be great for my YouTube channel. So there is some complications here in that this particular building has been registered as a business here in Sweden, which means that you can't just go and get a standard home loan if you want to buy this place. So I feel like that might have been part of the problem originally when they tried to sell. And I think some people have looked at this and gone, oh no, I don't have the resources and stuff to fix this. I've done stuff like this before, like in South Africa, where I've taken on these projects that should have cost millions, and I've done it very cheaply. But in Sweden, I'm like at a loss. I don't really know how to do things. And then you have this like other component, which is the heating of a place, trying to make a place warm in the winter, which we don't really have in South Africa. But so the complicated thing is that it's registered as a business. Now that's cool if you're going to use it as a business. Hence me starting to think like, oh, can I use this as like a wedding venue? Is it unique enough if I made it like really cool and use this hall? Like what to do with this awesome place? I couldn't tell you. I mean, the work would be immense, like trying to fix all this stuff and make it into something, but it just gets my creative juices going. In Sweden, it's quite well known that you can get like cheap houses and cheap buildings up in the north, like up in the Arctic Circle and that. There's not a huge population. There's a lot of people that don't want to live up there. So a lot of people buy these cheap houses and stuff up in the north of Sweden. I'm not so interested in that. I'm more interested in being down here. I'm sort of in the middle. I'm more interested in places that are closer to towns, so you're not basically just living in the middle of the forest, like 3 hours from town. But yeah, like I said, I think that Sweden has like the potential, like you can really like move here and buy something really cheap, and especially if you work from home or you want to create like a YouTube channel and fix something up. So this would be quite a fantastic choice. And I think you could get it quite cheaply if you manage to somehow get the old people to sit down and, you know, make a decision. And now we've got a whole bunch of geese flying over us, which means it's time for me to head home. Well, thank you, Haas. This has been great fun. Maybe, just maybe, there's something that lies in the future for us together. Maybe, just maybe.